We start in Puerto Rico, where a local paddle boarder has now qualified for the Santiago, Chile 2023 Pan American Games. The athlete got her pass by finishing third among the competitors from the American continent in an event of the stand-up paddle and paddle board World Championship celebrated in the island. Our Francis Felix reports.
In the future, a great showing, medaling the copper in the sprints, and here making the final back-to-back finals in just 3 days. Congratulations.
Puerto Rican athlete Mari Carmen Rivera added another achievement to her broad and diverse sports resume with her qualification for the Santiago 2023 Pan American Games. With her participation in the final of the stand-up paddle and paddleboard World Technical event, which takes place on Escambron Beach in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Rivera struck out her ticket by placing third among the competitors from the Americas. She finished the 3-mile circuit mark with a time of 30 minutes and 56 seconds to finish in the 7th position among 12 competitors. The athlete already has a bronze medal in the sub-sprint race mode, which she won at the opening of the World Cup. She also obtained bronze at the last Pan American Games in Lima 2019. Rivera, who has also represented the country in the disciplines of canoeing and gymnastics, was greeted at the finish line by a group of locals who did not stop singing or cheering her. Minutes after the end of this competition, Mari Carmen shared with us her happiness about this classification.
Achievement in your island with the support of your team. I feel super great. I'm proud to be part of this team. I feel accomplished that we did a great job here, and I'm happy. We qualify in men's and in women to the Pan American Games in Chile, and we get a medal, and here I get a 6th place in the final. That's history because we never have achieved that in the past, so that is history for Puerto Rico.
But what happened through her mind during the competition?
Thinking to give my best to get to the line with all my strength and with nothing inside. So it was that. I give everything.
Mari Carmen now will be focusing in a better performance for 2023 Pan American Games.
I've changed to improve. The first one is to improve my surfing skills, because with that I can do a better performance, and also to be better, to prepare myself better and train harder and harder.
From Escambron Beach, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix reporting.
All right, thanks so much for that report, Francis. In the meantime, outgoing president of the Caribbean Association of National Olympic Committees, Brian Lewis, says the organization has made significant strides over the past 4 years and now is a vibrant organization. Lewis gave the assessment as committee prepares to elect a new president this weekend, a position he will not contest. Reflecting on the CANOC's achievements since he was elected in 2018, he said the executive had accomplished through COVID-19 and economic challenges, including the inaugural Caribbean Games, which took place in Guadalupe from June 29th to July 3rd.
We established a voice for CANOC in major issues, social issues, for example, in regards to global sport, whether it be on gender equity, the Black Lives Matter, racism, sexism, those things. And we are at a point where CANOC, we have built on the legacy of people like Steve Stout and previous CANOC leadership, and we have, notwithstanding the challenges and obstacles, we have placed CANOC in a vibrant, sustainable position, more market-driven. We are focused on digital transformation, the unity by which the member NOCs of CANOC came together when the chips were down to ensure that the Caribbean Games in Guadeloupe 2022 came off.
And in Saturday's elections, which took place at Kinnock's General Assembly in Port of Spain, Lewis will not be going up for the position of president. However, he will vie for the Secretary General position on a team led by General Secretary of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Olympic Committee, Keith Joseph. Now, Lewis said he fully supported Joseph for the top Kinnock post and looked forward to a clean and fair competition. And Jamaica Olympic Association President Christopher Samuda is the other presidential candidate.
People have asked why switch from president to secretary general. That really solely reason for that is based on conversations with the president candidate in terms of putting together his slate, and I'm supporting him. He has, whatever he has asked of me, I will do. I'm a team player, and it's not because I held the esteemed position of president that, you know, I'm not one for egos, and I'm here to serve. And if I'm asked to serve in any particular category or position by somebody who I trust, I will do it.
And switching gears now, people are fed up with tiny seats on airplanes. Thousands have flooded the FAA with complaints in hopes the government will do something to fix these shrinking seats. Pete Montine reports from the Reagan National Airport.
Luxury is what flying was supposed to be, but these days, legroom is shrinking as passengers are getting larger.
Things are definitely getting too small on planes. We're dying, and it doesn't matter what airline it is.
I can't imagine seats or aisles being smaller than they are today.
Now, the Federal Aviation Administration is considering whether to stop airlines from making seats smaller.
Evacuate, leave everything, come this way.
The agency is under a congressional mandate to study whether seat size could slow an evacuation. But in 26,000 public comments, many focused on comfort.
The idea is that the more people you can jam into a plane, the more money you'll make.
Flyers Rights President Paul Hudson says airlines are trying to squeeze out more profit. This week, 6 U.S. senators told the FAA to act urgently and not wait for seats to get any smaller. So I decided to put airlines to the test. 2 things necessary for this little experiment of our own: a ticket and a tape measure. On this United Airlines flight, legroom was right at the industry standard, 30 inches. But it all depends on the airline. Legroom can get even tighter on ultra-low-cost carriers. 27 inches is what we saw on this Allegiant Airlines flight. Flyers Rights proposes a minimum of 32 inches legroom and seats that are wider, dimensions it says would fit 90% of Americans.
That would make a huge difference.
In its comment to the FAA, the airline industry's top lobby said it would not compromise on safety, but told the government to stay out of regulating passenger comfort. The FAA and the Department of Transportation declined our interview requests.
Their position to date has been how uncomfortable you are is between you and the air carrier.